Good day, Doctor. My name is Nadia and I'll be presenting my initial research proposal titled Determinants of Procurement Non-Compliance in Malaysia Government-Linked Companies. This presentation summarizes key components of my proposal, including the research problem, theoretical foundation, objective, scope, literature review, methodology, and also contributions of my research. So move on to the background and issues. Procurement plays a strategic and high-value role in Malaysia government-linked companies. This entity handles billions in public fundings and also manage projects that directly contributing to the national development. Despite having a detailed procurement guidelines issued by Ministry of Finance, the National Anti-Corruption Plan, the MACC Act, procurement non-compliance continue to be widely reported. Audit findings by Jabatan Audit Negara and also PAC, Public Accounting Committees of Malaysia, reveals that recurring issues such as weak documentation, inappropriate sourcing methods, inadequate vendor due diligence, and also poor contract oversighting. These issues result in delays, financial leakage, reputational risk, governance failure, and this indicates that compliance problem may be rooted in deeper organization and behavior factor. The central research problem is that non-compliance persists despite having a strong procurement regulation. This suggests that formal control alone is not sufficient. Furthermore, the empirical studies in Malaysia tends to focus on ministries or federal agencies, while the GLCs remain understudied. Yet, GLCs operate under hybrid governance structure where commercial pressures and also public accountability intersect. Therefore, there is a limited understanding of what actually drives procurement non-compliance within the GLC's environment. This study is guided by three theories. The first one, agency theory, which explains how conflicting interests and information asymmetry between principal and agents may lead to opportunistic behavior and also non-compliance. Second, fraud triangle theory, which highlights how opportunity, pressure, and also rationalization contribute to unethical or non-compliance act, particularly when internal control are weak. Thirdly, institutional theory, which explains how regulatory and also cultural pressure shapes compliant behavior. Together, these theories provide a multi-dimensional lens through which procurement non-compliance can be understood. This study has only one overarching objective, to examine the determinants of procurement non-compliance in Malaysia GLC. However, there are four specific objectives that we're trying to achieve. First, to analyze how internal control effectiveness affect non-compliance. Second, to assess the influence of procurement staff competency. Third, to evaluate the role of vendor management practices. Fourth, to recommend strategies for improving procurement governance. These objectives are aligned to the theories and also will be translated into hypotheses. The research focuses specifically on procurement processes within Malaysian GLC. The geographical structure focus is Malaysia, as the procurement regulations are very context-specific. The samples include employees involved in procurement activities, such as procurement officers, project managers, auditors, and also contract administrators. The unit of analysis is the individual employee. The approach is quantitative, using a structured questionnaire. The literature shows that procurement research have evolved from a rule-based approach to a governance that behavior-oriented perspective. Studies consistently identify internal controls, competencies, and vendor management as a major determinants of compliance outcome. However, there is a clear research gap. Most studies focus on ministries and general public sector agencies, but not GLCs. Given the size, influence, and hybrid nature of GLCs, this gap is very significant and warrant focused research. This study adopts a quantitative cross-sectional design. Purposive sampling will be used, targeting 100 and 150 relevant employees. Data will be collected through online Likert skill questionnaires, measuring variables such as internal control effectiveness, competency, vendor management, and also non-compliance. Analysis will be conducted using SPSS. Descriptive statistic will summarize the data. Reliable tests such as Cronbach alpha will confirm the consistency of the scale. Correlation analysis will be used to examine the relationships, and also multiple regression will test the hypothesis. This approach is feasible, rigorous, and also aligned with our objectives that we are trying to achieve. Academically, the study integrates agency theory, fraud triangle theory, and also institutional theory within a GLC procurement context, which is an area with limited empirical research. For policies and industry, the findings of our research will support Malaysia government reforms, enhance the internal control, reduce audit risk, and also strengthen the compliance with MOF and also MACC Act requirements. Ultimately, this research aims to contribute to a more transparent, efficient, and also more accountable procurement practices within the Malaysian GLC. That's all from me. Thank you.